Okay, so everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. And
Yeah.
today's deep dive is going to be all about tax software.
Right.
And I think a lot of listeners might already be familiar with this kind of software, but
Yeah.
we're going to be talking about some of the professional options.
Yeah. Right.
So if you are a tax professional
Yeah.
and you're looking for some new software,
Yeah.
we're going to be talking about some of the options available from A2Z Pro Tax Software. And specifically, we're going to be looking at TaxWise Online
All right.
and TaxSlayer Pro.
Yeah. Those are both good ones.
So we're going to be diving deep into those two.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to be looking at kind of how they stack up against each other.
Okay.
So jumping right into it.
Yeah.
Both of these software options come from A2Z Pro Tax Software.
That's right.
And what's interesting about that is this is a reseller.
Yeah.
And I know that some tax professionals prefer to go directly through the software company.
Exactly.
But there are some advantages to come for a reseller.
Yeah, there are some
definite pros to that.
What are some of those advantages?
Well, for starters, you might be able to get like a better price, going through a reseller like A2Z.
Right.
They might have some kind of bundle deal that they've worked out.
Right.
Maybe they're bundling it with some bank products or other services that you need as a tax professional. So that can be a big advantage, right there.
Yeah.
And then also, you might be able to get some additional support.
Okay.
Like
what kind of support?
Like specialized training, maybe.
Oh.
Maybe some webinars that are specifically for A2Z customers.
Okay.
Or maybe even just a dedicated support line.
That's more responsive than what you'd get if you went direct.
So it's kind of like having a team in your corner.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like having someone who's really got your back.
Okay. Good.
When it comes to this software.
So we've got that reseller advantage right off the bat.
Right.
With A2Z Pro Tax Software.
Exactly.
So now let's dive into the two specific software options we're looking at.
Right.
TaxWise Online.
Yes.
And TaxSlayer Pro.
Yeah.
So let's start with some of the basics.
Okay.
Both of these software options, I think, kind of have all the essentials covered.
Yeah, they really do.
They both have a user-friendly interface. And it seems like, from what I was looking at, that the interface resembles the IRS forms.
Exactly. So, they try to make it look familiar.
You're not going to be like completely lost trying to figure out,
Right. Where to put everything.
Where to put things.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
They both offer integrated e-filing.
Yes. Yes.
Which, of course, is...
That's essential these days.
Essential.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody wants to be mailing things in this day and age.
Especially during tax season.
Especially during tax season.
Yeah.
When time is of the essence.
Exactly. They both can handle multi-state filings.
Yes. That's another big one. Because so many people these days... live in one state.
Clients who
another.
Work in a different state than they live in.
Yeah.
You're not going to have to switch between different software options.
You got it.
Yeah. It can handle all that.
And then they both integrate with bank products.
Yes.
Which is nice for refund transfers and advances.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big convenience for a lot of people.
And then finally, they both offer client management tools.
Yes.
So as a tax professional, you're going to need, you got to stay organized.
Some way to keep track of all your clients.
Absolutely.
Yep. Especially during tax season.
So it's nice that both of these options have those tools built in.
They go right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as far as the basics go, it seems like these are both pretty solid options.
They really are. They've got all the bases covered.
But now let's get into what makes them different.
All right.
So round two, unique strengths.
Yeah.
So TaxWise Online boasts a forms-based interface.
Okay.
With an interview tool.
Yes.
And
that's an interesting combo.
I'm curious how that actually works in practice.
So basically what it does is it gives you the familiarity of the forms.
Right.
So you see, the forms that you're used to working with.
Right.
But it also has this interview tool.
Okay.
That kind of walks you through the process.
Right.
So it'll ask you questions, and based on your answers,
it'll start filling in the forms for you.
Okay, so that could potentially be a big time saver.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it can also help reduce errors.
Okay.
Because you're not having to manually enter everything yourself.
So it kind of walks you through it.
Exactly.
Make sure you're not forgetting anything.
Yeah, like a guided experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, TaxSlayer Pro emphasizes intuitive data entry and form navigation.
Right.
How does that differ from...
So TaxSlayer Pro is really all about speed and ease of use.
Okay.
So they've really simplified the menus.
Okay.
You might even have some drag and drop functionality to move information around quickly.
Okay.
So for someone who really values a clean, streamlined workflow, that might be the winner.
Okay. So it's really about getting through things quickly.
Exactly. Yeah. It's about efficiency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it sounds like TaxWise Online
is maybe better for someone who is more concerned about accuracy and making sure they're not.
Exactly. Maybe someone who's a little bit newer.
Making any mistakes.
Tax preparation.
Yeah.
Might appreciate that extra guidance.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas TaxSlayer Pro is better for someone who's...
Yeah, if you're already comfortable...
It's really more experienced.
Fill up with the forms and you just want to...
Yeah, it just wants to get through things quickly.
Get through them as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Okay, cool. So... just to wrap things up, it seems like both of these software options are pretty strong.
They really are.
They both have the basics covered, and then they both have their own unique strengths.
That's right.
TaxWise Online has that forms-based interface with the interview tool, which can help with accuracy and potentially speed things up a little bit as well.
Yeah.
And then TaxSlayer Pro is all about speed and a streamlined workflow.
Yeah, for those power users who just want to get it done.
And then, of course, we talked about the advantage of going through a reseller like A2Z Pro Tax Software.
Absolutely.
And they might be able to offer you some additional support training, maybe even a better price.
Right. It's definitely worth checking out.
So if you're a tax professional, I would encourage you to check out both of these options.
Absolutely.
You know, see which one seems like a better fit for your needs.
Yeah. Think about your workflow.
Yeah.
Think about your clients.
Yeah. And hopefully this deep dive has given you the information you need to make that decision.
Yeah, you're well equipped.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next time.
See you later.
For another deep dive.
Bye.
Bye.